Mixtape.
The mic has kicked back. Everything is kawa. I already set everything up.
Damn. This is what we came for. Welcome to Fairly Odd Men podcast, and I'm here with my co-host Tisma, Mark, and here with Ortega Daniel, very renowned Kampala lawyer, and also a very good friend of ours from way back. Yeah, we're here to discuss a few things and here and there pick his mind on very many things concerning some of the people who may want to get into the UK under the Chevening Scholarship program, and maybe discuss how he finds life, the lawyering life kind of in Kampala, and his mixtape. So much. I really can't wait to really get into the conversation. Mark, tell me.
Yeah. Hi guys. Welcome to another episode. Still the one and only. Yeah. What's up, Danny?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. It's been a while since I was on your podcast.
Welcome back.
I know we had a lot of commitments here and there, but I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be talking to you guys, and happy this is still going on after all this while. So
and we're trying to push. Inconsistent, but we try.
Yeah. Just keep it going. But I'm happy to be here.
All right. So, we're recording this episode, I think 2 days before you fly out for your masters in the UK.
Yeah, definitely.
Under the Chevening. Is it Chevening?
Pronounce it. It depends on where you come from. But just Chevening or Chevening.
Yeah. So the Chevening program. So maybe you can let us know about that. How guys can apply.
Yeah, because I'm thinking you were like 1,000 applicants or even more. How is it that you are successful? What is it that you put in your statement? I hope you didn't say you fought Cody and got him in capture.t.
I can't deny. Oh.
You can neither. I like that. Yeah. So thanks, guys. Chevening is a very big opportunity to study, to pursue your masters in the UK, and it's funded by the British government through, I think, the British High Commission and the FCDO, which is the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office of the UK government. So it's their arm that works in Uganda as well. So many projects that they keep on funding here in Uganda, and among them is the Chevening program. And the Chevening program is a world-renowned scholarship program. So it's in very many countries and it has run for a very long time, covering so many alumni and very distinguished in their different capacities. So over time, I think the brand has, of course, continued to grow as the years go by. And previously, I think from the lower numbers that they were giving the Ugandan scholars and also other scholars in other countries, they keep on increasing based on funding and availability of funding. So this year, I was privileged to be among the few who were selected to go for my masters in the UK through the Chevening program. And the program is going to run for a period of 1 year. But the application started around this time last year. So this is the period around between August and November. So it's a hectic process, as some of you who have applied might know. Yeah, it is. It's not easy, but I think if you put in the right amount of effort and you're able to properly submit the essays that properly talk about what you are who you are as a person and what you do, you have a very good chance of getting. How you intend to impact society. Exactly. So in regards to that, it's more. I believe that with Chevening, this is an opportunity. First of all, there's an eligibility criteria, so it has different ways in which, first of all, they break down if you're eligible to apply.
Like how they screen out guys.
First say, man, you guys, we don't like guys. We don't like guys with Tisma's beard. But no, like the criteria is just simple. It just has to do a bit of work experience. I think 2 years, and that work experience can also be cumulative. You could have got it through internships, so someone even who is just completing the course is able to apply, completing your university degree, as long as you've accumulated those 2 years of experience previously. And then after that, you have to write a few essays, and the essays are on networking, the essays are on leadership, the essays are on your career plan, but also on why you want to study in the UK. So they have to properly explain those things in particular. So how do you show leadership? How do you show how have you been involved in leadership, even at your place of work, regardless? So we are all different working spaces, and in there we interact with people differently. So how do you also network with different groups of people that you know? Are you part of a Rotary? Are you part of a sports association which comes together to do some good in the community?
Just all these vibes.
It's just vibes. Some drugs. So at the end of the day, you have to find a way of balancing all of them. And so talk about those networks, talk about all the networks that you have, all possible networks, as long as you see that they are wide and far-reaching. Chevening is looking for impactful people who are able to reach out and cause an impact. And the best way to cause an impact is also by having a big reach, isn't it? Yeah. So networking is important. Leadership, how you've shown leadership at your workplace to advance from one position to another. The impacts that you've had, is it tangible? Are you able to give numbers to prove the actual impact that you've had within communities or within the society here in Uganda? So some of the things you have to look at when you're applying for a scholarship.
That's one of the some of the things guys ignore. That it's not just about reading the books and understanding the things, but also you need to have these other skills that complement your knowledge.
Does the program matter too? Because I see most of the list is usually littered with usually like 70% are guys into health kind of work, public health, what health, radiographies and all that.
There's some. It's, trust me, with Chevening, it's so diverse in terms of the courses that you can apply for any single course, as long as you see that course is going to be impactful in the long run to these communities that you're working with in Uganda. Now, let me give you an example. In this year, I think in this lot, we have people who are doing big data science courses. We have those who are doing different technology, fintech related masters. We have those who are doing health. We have those who are doing gender and development. We have those who are doing public policy. Personally, I'm doing development and emergency practice.
I think most of the ones you mentioned, those are like the fields that are now coming up, like in the world now.
So Chevening is a very progressive course as well. They look at how are you able to, if you're telling someone the impact that you intend to create in a few years, because I talked about future plans.
So according to how the world sees it's moving.
Exactly. If your trajectory is we're going a lot into now, Uganda is focusing a lot on climate, and the world is focusing a lot on climate, and the EU is coming at us with all these challenges that we're trying to face. So in all that, I mean, how are you going to address a particular challenge that you've noted that can actually be supported through the masters, through your knowledge that you get in the masters, to actually achieve a goal that you believe is worthwhile towards improving the lives of Ugandans. So it's something that we have to look at. But my plea is for people to apply. Apply. I think there are now 6 weeks left in the current application.
People are still applying.
Yes, until November. So please just put in those applications. I'm urging everyone to just have those applications in.
Those are people who have already received their CAS numbers.
No, you do not have to have received your CAS number. So Chevening.
What's a CAS number?
CAS number is okay. You're going a bit further into it, but like this is kind of like the student number that you've given, that you're given by the university to actually show that you're eligible to they're eligible to study in that university in the UK.
Same thing you use at the visa office.
Yes, to get that student visa. So that's what they use, the CAS, and you need a CAS number before you can apply for that student visa. But you don't need to have that. Applications can be made. I applied a bit later. After I applied for Chevening first, made sure everything was on point, and then I later on
you went to
decided
the
to apply
university.
for the universities.
Wow.
But by the time I was making my application,
First, so you get the scholarship first before you.
yes,
Before you get the university.
It's a bit
first, you
of
first
a-
get admitted into the university before you get the scholarship.
What I
For
can,
him,
this
he
is
did
what I
the
can
other way around.
advise.
For him, he did the other way around.
I can
but it's
advise you
supposed
to
be
apply. What I'm advising you to do is apply for the Chevening Scholarship.
first. So
Once you get the Chevening Scholarship, you will then start looking for the you have already the universities at the back of your mind that you want to apply to, but then you will apply afterwards. But do the Chevening because it's a short period of time. Most universities are still taking applications even up to April.
Plus, also, it's very rare for the university to refuse to give you a place, unless unless you shade.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
Yeah,
So
unless
I
you
get
should,
your.
yeah. So at the end of the day, apply for the Chevening because the scholarship is what's important. Because you'll
Scholarship
get
is
all
important,
university
yeah.
places and then you don't get the scholarship.
Yes,
So
yes,
what
yes.
will happen?
That's it.
Because
Okay,
I applied for a course
Yeah.
to Netherlands, and I got the admission. I looked at the tuition. It was like 148,000 euros. Oof! I was like, yo. But now for them it was the kind of scholarship thing was you first get at the university and you now apply for a scholarship.
Yeah.
Because now there would be no use of giving you the dime if you're not even in the you don't have a place.
Yeah, that's true. Most scholarships are like that.
Kind of
That's
crazy
the thing I like
process.
about you.
How to be president.
It's
But yeah.
I think geoinformatics.
Okay, but I understand what you're saying. But apply for the Chevening Scholarship. You need the scholarship at the end of the day, and they're not limiting. They just want you to have an idea of what are the universities you're going to. At least know those 3 universities and the 3 courses in those universities that you're going to choose, and they have to be related, interlinked.
Yes,
For example, I've been doing legal work with refugees and also communities, post-conflict and conflict communities. So with these communities, at the end of the day, the courses that I ended up applying for were all in relation to peace, conflict, security, and development.
Because that is what you've been doing.
Because that is what I've been doing, and that's the field I want to develop myself in.
Yeah.
So
Emergency practice.
exactly. So when I applied now for these courses, and I applied for some of the unis, even after applying for Chevening already, one uni didn't give me a place, but the rest actually did. So what that means that there's actually and
Must have been Harvard.
It's not even in the UK.
Wait, it must have been Oxford. Sorry, it must have been Oxford.
yeah, but that's really bad. It's okay, but yeah, I urge guys to apply. It's a very good opportunity. It opens so many doors. Chevening is very prestigious in the world over. I worked at the pre-departure meeting with the British High Commissioner to Uganda, and she made mention of the fact that the team she was with also made mention of the fact that there were over 1,300 applicants last year, and Chevening took 19.
19.
Jesus.
So how many of those? That's from all over the world.
No,
that's from
Uganda.
So over 1,000 people applied. 1,300.
So you're
people
part of
applied
the
in Uganda.
19.
I'm part of the 19. I'm proud to be part of the 19.
That's nice. That's
Yeah, so it's a very big thing, and I'm also proud. I'm proud to share space with, be able to share space with some of people I consider very distinguished, also in their own fields, and I hope to use this master's degree to propel myself to the levels I
But
need.
you can stop using big words. The application got it.
I'm giving guys words to use in that.
How will you be? How will you still be able to practice while pursuing? Because it seems like it's a full time kind of.
It's full time.
Yeah,
So
full
guys
time.
have had to resign from their jobs. You have to it's a full time.
So you have no choice.
Sometimes they have that thing where they tell you like you're going to do the degree or the course.
Yeah.
But there has to be like guarantee from your employer that when you come back,
Yeah.
your job is still there.
But now, like for us, it's just basically we have given you a scholarship. It's now your choice. So, do you want to study or you still want to stay at
Or we look through the list of the 900 who want this place.
Yeah, because the thing about Chevening is that there are 3 awards that they can give. Technically awards, the technical word of award. There is a conditional award, there is a reserve award, and then there's no award.
So basically, that is like.
So basically, there are some
So
reserves.
there's some
There are
reserves.
some reserves on the list. So if you're not able to take up
Yeah.
one of them, and they'll give it to
Like
us.
now there was waiting list.
Like how they're waiting.
And also, you maybe you get to the UK VI office. That's the United Kingdom visa.
Yes, and you're not maybe eligible to
and
travel
you're
to
not
the
eligible
UK
to
because
travel.
of your former crimes.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's kind of.
You'll be on Interpol list.
Basically, if you're disqualified for any reason,
Yes,
like
exactly.
what if you fail to go for any reason?
Exactly. So they'll now give you a award to the first reserve and then the second reserve, and that's how they do it. So the whole point is that these opportunities are there for us to take, and they are very difficult to take many times. But I urge people to just keep trying. Consult. There are very many Chevening alumni in the country who you can actually ask.
They are more batchable, can
They can advise you. We'll be able to advise you and say, Danny, what do you think I should put? Can you review my essays? And I'll be very glad to. Like as soon as I have the time, I just check it out. I say, okay, you might need to change one or two things here. What is it you actually want to do? What's the goal you actually
you're
want?
not
But
very clear.
Danny, you know the system is rigged. I don't know. I am not even asking you to maybe say anything wrong about Chevening, but there's no way someone can slide in there with a few connections here and there.
Unlike many Gambano situations here in Uganda, there the system is completely controlled by the secretariat that side. I mean, at the end of the day, the eligibility criteria with the machine itself, the machine learning system, you guys who know these things in tech and all that,
Yes.
will first of all siphon all those guys out.
Which guys? How do
The
they
guys who are ineligible, guys who have less than 2 years experience, guys who probably don't have certain
like
requirements.
it's not like
No, the machine will tell already
Yeah.
as soon as you put them, because as you're making your application, you're filling in different sections.
Yeah.
So the machine tells like you don't have this,
It
so
does
we can't.
determine
by the
apparently.
time you click send, it has already bounced.
Yeah, it has. By the time you click send, it says this one. But so by December, you probably know that I'm not eligible. And then after that, they'll take the eligible people. Their documents will be read at. Their documents will be taken to, I think, the secretariat that side. There's an application team that will go through each and every essay. So they have teams that are reading through the essays and assessing. And it's not in Uganda. So who are you going to call in the UK plus 44?
Like they just read your essay and they're like, this guy not.
They're like, no, this person looks like a proper leader. This person's networking essay is very good. We believe that they would actually be able to impact on the great standard that Chevening has already created. They'll be able to add more. They'll be able to add more value.
This guy nabbed Vincent Oti.
Man.
So like at the end of the day,
But
it's read.
Yeah,
It's read from that
no
side.
shorty.
So and then they'll bring us back. They'll bring us back to read. Like they'll bring the final list back of people who have made that, and a final list I think for interviews was like 50 people. So 50 out of 1,300. So it's already tight. I mean they've already broken everything down to 50 people.
So then if let's say there were 50 people in 90, that means you're in the 38th percentile.
Exactly. Thank you for doing math in HSC. Of course, with many words. So
Yeah, but Combs, this is not easy considering you were in and out of the country, considering you also had a tight schedule, raising your son and all, and you were still able to pull this off. But I'm very sure you also had a support system, and I want to know what was the support system.
Fathers Union at church.
I did see that one coming. I cannot talk anything.
Yeah, but like man, you always have some people around you who are really pushing you on. But man, at the end of the day, sometimes life pushes you on.
Yeah.
Sometimes life puts you in a corner, and COVID put me in a big corner. Yeah. COVID really put me in a situation whereby I had less funding coming into the organization, and looking for donors was very tricky. And then on top of that, elections came, and Uganda during elections, the only internet that is there is SMS.
Stuff got worse.
Yeah.
So things really got tight,
especially.
and I felt like, how can I actually improve myself? How can I actually find solutions regardless of such acts of God? And I thought that right now would be a good time to pursue a master's degree. And so I did the application, made that application, and thankfully I managed to get there. Yeah. So support system, definitely I had one. Of course, there's my mom, my brother, my friends,
Donnie.
Donnie. My friends. There are so many people around me who just keep on pushing you on and saying, like, go this.
Don't
I have
give
some. Actually, funny thing is, I wasn't going to apply for Chevening. I had got a job opportunity that I had reached the final stage for, just like I think in August last year, and I failed. I didn't go through. I didn't get it, and I was really looking forward to getting that opportunity because it was going to open. I thought it was going to open so many doors, so I failed that. And when I failed, I think I fell into a very big period of depression because for already since the beginning of COVID, I had already been struggling with organization and everything, and my colleagues as well. So it took me down. I was really so put down by the whole thing. But I have friends who just kept on insisting. Danny, do this. Danny, do this. Like, just apply. What do you have to lose? I mean, just do that. Like, and
Like where you have nothing.
yeah, like you really have nothing to lose. Just put it in there and do the best that you can do. I mean, you're doing your other work. You're working with. I was also trying to support a new farm, which is growing now. It's a very good farm, Ortega Advocates, and I've been working with them for a while, and I've been, and I felt like, whereas I was working with them, I still felt like I needed to do some more things in regards to my career, because my line of work is not necessarily limited to a lot of law firm related business here in Uganda. So whereas they opened the doors and they had a very big they had very good opportunities for me, I felt I needed to pursue this particular line, and this was something I decided to go into.
Okay, so you mentioned that you were doing peace and reconciliation, war.
Yes, working in those
Post-war,
post-conflict areas. Yes.
Post-conflict areas. So, what's that like? What is, as a lawyer, what's that like?
As a lawyer, not many lawyers venture into that part of humanitarian law. So you'll find very many are also working with particular organizations that are giving opportunities for legal officers, like Refugee Law Project and Lutheran World Federation and the INGOs that are based in Uganda. So they do that, but you find that IRC, but you find that it's still a bit tricky for maybe a younger lawyer to maneuver. Me, I felt personally in my I'm speaking for myself. So in my own experience, that's what I went through. So personally, I had my own organization, so it was a bit different. So we're doing more consultancies, we're doing more training, capacity building for these communities. And it's harder if you're standing as young lawyers to try and break into this. And like, how are we going to give this Muvuka $10,000 to do a project? You may get it and you see us in Panama. So I needed to. It was very difficult at the start, but we kept on growing and growing, and things just kept on getting better. But of course, priority areas changed in funding and all that during COVID. But working there was a very good eye-opener for me. I realized I have a passion for that work. I have a passion for humanitarian law. I have a passion for supporting these communities. Because myself, I'm from the north. So when it comes to, let's say, issues of displacement, I understand it. Because my family has been has suffered the same, has been a victim in that regard. So at the end of the day, I felt I was very passionate about this and passionate about supporting people who might not have the lack of the opportunities that I had myself to be able to go this far. So so I believe it's a very good it's a very good field for young upcoming lawyers who are not scared of getting stuck in the mud there. So you need to get your hands dirty a bit there. So work hard, be there in the Kasana is showing you up in Lamour there.
Working in rural areas, man, is a trick.
It's not a joke.
And also the project the work I've been doing for the last 3 years has been up country as well. In really rural areas.
I see you always with your whatever that machine is called.
Hey, but it's really you need patience. You need Like, you just have to hardline.
And some level of
Some
persistence, you
people
guys,
like-
like perseverance.
Exactly, you just have to hardline.
And adapting.
You have to adapt. You reach there and you start showering and you realize that the soap can't form.
Yeah.
You whole geisha. You know how big geisha is.
It's a real problem. Like the water,
Like the hard water. It's so bad.
Or electricity.
Yeah, electricity. You spend like 2
till a certain
weeks,
time,
like a week
no
or so, and there's no
Yeah.
electricity. And
Yeah.
you believe, and you learn how to deal without your gadgets. Then but also teaches a lot of interaction, like interpersonal skills.
That's
I learned a lot. It can breed some habits here and there, like constant visiting the bar with the RDC too. but like you have to. It teaches you interpersonal skills. You're able to interact with these people in these positions, district officials, people working in different organizations there. You meet up, you have discussions about projects, and you see how to advance yourselves. You share ideas.
And it's weird, like the first time you meet these guys, they seem like really big people.
Yeah.
After
Yes.
a month or two working there, and you're actually calling the guy by his first name.
Yes, and he's not even calling you like, hey, where are you? Yeah. So
Those things.
I'm just happy that I took this path. It's something that I want to advance, and I know the future is bright.
Okay. Of course, guys, like safe country, right? When we're talking about our villages.
No.
He's a town man,
It's a town man.
city boy.
Honestly, I'm a Wall Street guy. I would want to be a Wall Street guy. A Wall Street. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not leaving.
I have been rich.
I'm not leaving. What?
I'm not leaving.
Seth of Wolf Street.
Street of Kampala Road.
Yeah, but of course, if I found that the organization I'm working for, of course, it is based almost everywhere. In Patongo, you have Patongo, Kalong,
Yes.
in Arua, Lira, Hoima. If I found myself there, it's not like I would hand in my resignation just because I'm going to work a contract.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm thinking there's something else. Maybe if I've started up, maybe if there's something like really bigger going on that I see that I would be losing.
Yeah.
Business-wise especially. But otherwise, I'm open-minded. I feel like it's an opportunity I would also take with two hands. It would be nice to meet you in Bali when I'm at the bank and you do your thing in the evening. We're just chatting about how work was, than me have to find new friends, new ladies.
It actually brings me to the discussion.
we
I think that's something. I think that's something very important. Like a lot of your life can be affected. The life you're used to can be affected by the fact that you're not not really not open-minded. That you're not in the same space you were, working space. For example, when I went up country, a lot of things fell apart in different
I remember the time
things.
you were not on social media for like 2 months.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you just sign out because now you're not understanding like what's happening. Like,
Yeah.
I think actually
After like 3 days.
2021, I think I was off social media from March, late Feb, early March to August, and I just had a small capability and everything, and I was just okay, like because at the end of the day, because I felt like the life I had previously, much of it was just no longer there. So I had to understand where I was now and just work with what I had.
Now I am here.
Yeah, this is why I'm here. Let me do. You lose many relationships in the process. You lose people and all that. But man, it's adulting.
Yeah. And this is like, especially like this is social media. Sometimes you may think, dang, I'm addicted to this thing. But when you're busy, like really, really busy, it's like, because like when I was in Bali for how many weeks? 6 weeks, I think 7 weeks. I would come back from the field tired.
And you don't even have
You
time
just
to
shower.
check your phone. So
Like you may check, you just reply like guys' messages and just black.
yeah,
Next morning you wake up early. By the time you realize you.
yes, and that's how field work is. So yeah, but it's a nice thing. I think it's a challenge that I would urge fellow young people after 30 a year.
Yeah.
From 30 you're still young.
If that is still young.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, fair.
Youngsters like 40.
At 35.
You guys are postponing.
I was shocked, man. Some chicks were calling me an old man.
Man, you say you're 30. I'm like, oh my god, you guys, you saw Jesus.
I was black.
Wait, I said like a grey beard here. So some chick one time was like, but do you even have grey hair?
But some guys had grey hair in Form 4.
Yeah, that's
That's hereditary. That's hereditary.
Yeah, it's genetic, man. Sometimes it's just... So,
Some guys have hair in the nose, man.
so
yeah.
So Danny, which communities were you working in?
I was working with refugee communities in Namo, but also I worked in Adjumani and Moyo.
Bidi.
But Adjumani I just visited for a short while, but Moyo I did work with refugees in Palorinya refugee camp. I also worked in the actual post-conflict communities, which is the northern part with the Acholi community. Those are we also call them the host communities. I worked with them for all that period since 2018. Yeah. So worked with them, contributing to capacity building, legal support within these communities, community dialogues aimed at improving attitudes and lifestyles, especially towards sexual and gender-based violence, and also male engagement towards that. So my field is revolving around protection. So protection is just focusing on seeing how people can enjoy their rights, regardless. It may be in food, it may be legal, but mine revolved around legal and justice, but I was in the field of protection. So yeah, those are the communities I worked with for this period of time, and I was very honored to work with them. Taking a break for a year to study, but hopefully when I come back I can continue and do much more for these
You'll be in a
communities.
position to help.
And also,
Yes.
hopefully, I hope you're not like overqualified. That's also another thing with the Ugandan farms.
Man,
You said you have
But,
your organization.
Yeah.
But
So,
it
but
doesn't
still-
kill to have formal employment and this other organization
No, what I'm saying
to
is,
run both.
Of course, if he can't get hired, he can still pursue opportunities through what?
I think I would urge you to keep this podcast going, and in a year or two we can revert to this particular thing, and you can see how far maybe I've gone and where the direction I've taken.
If there's an advancement also of technology, maybe we could tap into doing one when you're that side.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, that would be very good, and like with the opportunity, I'll be willing to have that. We can have that conversation while I'm there, maybe midway to the period when I've experienced something to tell you guys how it is going and give guys an idea about probably studying in the UK and all that, because some might have just had your summer friends just come back, but all they do is buy you shisha and what tequila. So, but like you don't know actually.
All they want to do is catch up. All they want to do is catch up.
Yeah.
So they call the grill, the guy with the most toros.
Like, hey man, Seth has mom came. Alan said, Seth
They
was
always
fit
call
tequila.
Kisma. Am I wrong? They always call Kisma. Am I wrong?
Yes,
So yeah, basically, I think we can have that. We can do that. It would be a good.
really nice. And
Good
actually,
thing to do.
speaking of post-conflict like communities, I've also like worked with them a bit, because we've been doing land registration
Yes.
in especially in the north. We did in the north. The organization I'm working with, and but we also have another project in Lamo. We say
Yes.
of course helping refugees with I think what we're doing is more food security.
Okay.
For the side of food security, and I guess you guys were doing the other side.
Yes. More of legal justice.
And then now the land registration was in Acholi.
Yes.
In Pade.
Yes.
And really the war was really had a big impact on
Very big on those communities.
It's been, I think,
Very
so
big.
16 years.
Yeah. Very sparsely populated, and many people are concentrated around one particular place, and the rest of the village. I mean, your next neighbor can be miles and miles away.
That is what would because like those guys' land was huge.
Exactly.
You would walk around the guy's land. Like,
But you know how guys direct you? They say never take directions from a villager.
Hey,
From someone in the village. You just say, do you know where this health center is? Health center. They say, just go there and just take that left. You see something, then just
drive.
there. You drive kilometers.
That's how they are.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm happy that you got that opportunity to go and see those communities, to prevent actually it opens your eyes to
Yeah,
much
it
more
does.
to from what you've been reading in the newspapers and whatnot,
I know
and,
to use
and you
it
talk of
now.
middle income and everything, and then you reach there and you realize that,
is
guys,
a myth.
we are so far. Like, you look at the communities and people are. There was a video recently of some lady who was refusing money
from Ziza
because that's
Yeah.
how much. That's how much people are not, like, they don't even know the concept of money even is so lost to them because they have not known it.
Yeah.
So how can you say such as a middle income
And
country?
it's like even the other side there, the other communities I'm working with now in the East, even in the North really. But like you interact with someone and you realize these guys are not just poor.
Yeah.
They are poor, they are backward,
Yes.
they are
Literate.
like you're like, dude.
So many things.
You're like,
and that exposure, I think that's what all those opportunities also provide people with the exposure to realize that, you know what, I'm actually quite privileged even here in Kampala,
realize
and
that
the
I'm
things I'm
actually-
doing, I should actually better myself, maybe to even help people in my communities back home and all that. So at the end of the day, that's what kind of also propelled me to go back and say, you know what, I know what the community is actually going through. In the smallest way I can be able to contribute, let me do that. Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, I think on a lighter note, let's talk music.
Oh yeah. Goldman is not just a lawyer. Sometimes hits the studio.
Right.
Who is working on your sound? Is it everyone? It's like Nessim, everything. Nessim too.
Man, not Nessim.
Some guy.
Currently,
Tell us about your, is it upcoming mixtape?
okay, something I don't usually share. I mean, it's just what it guys like to come out, but because it's you guys,
We
because it's you
plan
guys.
on this episode coming.
Oh, kawa. So like what happened is that you, like, Mark, you were with me in high school, and you knew that, like, I had a bit of a background in music and whatnot. I mean, from Form 4, okay, from school all the way.
Of rap off.
Rap off, would organize rap off in Dome after prep. Just tell the whole guys, we have
And everyone
ciphers
just
there.
comes and
Guys, come
freestyle.
through. Guys,
weak
support us.
rappers.
Anyone is just spitting.
As long as you have like,
So like
and guys
the
will make this on a suitcase.
yeah, so like the passion grew back then. Even before that, I mean, I started writing like with Taka back then and all that. So yeah, but of course, you know how life is over time. And tried recording VAC, Form 5. I came back with some jams in Form 5, recorded on my mother's Toshiba laptop. And some, remember these headphones with a mic which we used to buy from downtown. So yeah, go record some few jams, put them on Audacity, Fruity Loops.
It was when we had Taka here. He said, I think one of his songs was recorded on your laptop.
Yeah, his first track ever was recorded
on your laptop.
on my laptop at home. So I came home and just put, I think they recorded it, opened Audacity, just recorded the thing, and Fruity Loops, of course, we were making our beats. I think that by then it was FL9 or something. Yeah, so man, we used to do that. But when I reached Form 6, I think it's also about prioritizing and seeing how many things are you able to do. When you grow up, you just realize that I'm really not able to do almost all the things I want to do, because I was involved in rugby, and rugby was going very well for me at that time. I had just got into law school, hectic, and music was also there. But the issue with music, why I had to now drop one, and when it came to music, I realized I had to drop it because one, music is expensive. It's just expensive.
You realize that it's not bringing in money, or it's taking out money.
Yeah, it's just taking out. And man, you're in campus. I mean, you just broke. And I was dating. And
You just
zero.
Just when you say you were in campus,
Yeah, in
that's
campus.
enough.
Mama Ken shows you. How are you going to think? And Mama Ken shows you. How are you going to get money to go and record? Oh, no, I can't care. Come back. You walk back from Chariwajala, where the studio was, back to Mook. Guys. So I had to let one go. And yes, things happen, and it's kind of sad, but you have to accept it's being an adult.
Yeah.
So as things went on, and then recently, I wanted, just actually after getting the scholarship, actually mid-August, one of my guys just called me up and said, Danny, do you want to, like, Danny, I need you on a track or two. So let's just do this. And he's called Derek. It's called Dero Tukwasibwe. goes by the name TMC.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, so he called me
A
up.
lawyer?
Yeah, he's also a lawyer. So he called me
I
up.
heard even Enigma is a lawyer.
We don't know. Up to now, the mask has not yet come off. He was one of the few guys who had masks before COVID. So we want to know, but at least we love this
Yeah,
stuff.
but
So.
also most of his tracks he talks about law and anyway.
Probably, man. He's the way he used to speak, man. His use of vocabulary was slick. So yeah. So he called me up in mid-August and he's like, Danny, you're about to go, but I need 2 jams from you. Like, he had been insisting for a while, but I never really got interest to go back. I felt like maybe I'll not do like stuff the way I wanted to and all that. And then he calls me and he's like, let's go and record. So he sends me 6 beats, and in those 6 beats, he says, you just write to at least 2. And then I wrote to all 6. And in one of them, I just wrote the whole beat straight, 4 minutes and something.
Damn.
And then I told him, like, boss, I think we might need to record like at least one, like some of this. Like, then it's like he had all the 6, and it's like, Danny, you're not leaving before we record a mixtape. Like, let's do the whole thing. We've done 6. We just have a few more. Let's add that, and then we see how far we can go with this. Like, we are doing this project for us because we all have kind of like the same path where we had to make some hard decisions to see what to
I'm
do.
actually impressed because that's one of the guys that found me in Form 3 at school. And he took ideally your path. He became a good rugby player. He became a lawyer. He has been on this coffee bill thing. Doing well.
Yeah.
And to find that you even connect with guys who are that younger to you on that level and find guys you connect with, it's a good thing.
Yeah,
it's
a good thing, but some of these things cut across. I mean, you've been in sports, like you'll be friends with a guy who is much younger than you because you share that discipline that you have in the same sport. This is music. We all have a passion for it, and if you know someone who has a passion for it, they'll also be. You probably have a higher affinity towards them.
Shared goals.
Yeah, shared goals, and then you're spinning together in studio, and then it's like, bros, like, man, even like the connection just even grows from there. So yeah, we did that, and then I went to the studio. We have a studio which in Banda. Shout out to Pro Eli Beats and and Robin's Pan. Yeah, so like those guys really right. They're pushing us. They pushed us to do good work, and mixtape is coming out soon.
Okay,
we have
a name?
Not yet, but we'll see by the time. Because I'm leaving on Sunday, but I'm recording. I'm just done with recording. We've recorded for 4 weeks, and in 4 weeks we do at least once a week, at least twice or once a week. Because time also, like, I've been trying to sort out things. He's also in court.
So meaning you have to spend like a whole day.
So I have to spend at least 5 hours or 6 hours in studio to make sure that I'm doing everything I need to do with the rhymes, with the ad-libbing, with making sure that everything is working out with the producer. There's a lot of work that these producers do and stuff like that. But like one take is not enough. You go and you say everything, and one take can be very good, but just wants you to do much. And then you have a variety of songs. Then you have to choose which song to take up. And
when you're tired, and then
yeah. So it's a trick, but soon it will be out. 14 tracks.
So it's just you and Michael.
Just me and TMC. But we actually feature some guys. There's some surprise features. Should I surprise? Say this is coming out after.
You tell us off air.
Okay. But yeah, and also some of my guys who I used to rap with back in school in Rap Off. I called them up and they're on the.
Squeezy.
Yeah. Yeah, some of my guys are on the. Actually, we've been recording today. No. Next mixtape. It was hard to reach.
He didn't make the cut.
No, he made the cut, but it was hard to reach. So yeah, I have some guys that we're featuring on that, and some new talents who we also met, like even these studio interactions. We meet some guys, and we met some guys who are so good. But I hope the guys like the mixtape. Yeah, we do a lot of it's hip hop. But there's a bit of different styles here and there. I try and experiment with styles.
Was there like some Luga flow? something. Just
Yes, squeeze it. I put some but here guys, I tried to rap in Acholi. I'm okay at speaking Acholi. But now trying to rap in Acholi was like tighter. So
it's bad news.
it's harder. So like we have single syllable words like kopango. Kope, like
sentence.
yeah, I like them. Just come on. There's gonna be like a bit
But
like
that means you must say you can.
yeah, you can actually do yes. So I did a part in one of the verses in it's a double album, a joint album where we do it together, but we have each of us has a single as well, where we do we spit like our own songs and that. So it's a nice project, and I hope guys like it. If they don't like it, I made it for me.
Those are there.
That's your stuff. You'll be covered.
Alright.
Yeah.
Father, you said there are how many tracks?
14.
14.
There are 14 tracks. And man, some of the beats are hard. Like but it's hip hop, so you just have to have an affinity of it. If you put the first song and then you tap it and you expect the second song to start, I'm a kind of band. No. You may not find
So
the
it's
right
a
place.
bit of a pola.
It's a start. It's for something to get something off our chests.
Yeah,
And
I can't wait to.
And it had a lot of, it was raw, it had a lot of emotion because after a long time and after also what we've all gone through over this period of time.
Noticed that all of us, if I'm not mistaken, have made 30 this year or are making 30 this year.
Yeah.
What has stood out for you the most?
And back friends. But like I just feel like personally I just took it as a new beginning.
Yeah, but so much
in
has
my
happened
opinion
in this decade for you, I think.
Yeah, so much has happened. The 20s were crazy.
So many
things, highs and lows in the 20s. So I just feel like 30s are a new beginning, and I personally I can't wait for them to begin.
When I was graduating in bachelor's, how old was I? 23, 24, around there.
For you,
In my graduation, my uncle, some uncle mine told me.
It have retakes.
Graduated when you were
You did well, man.
My course was 4 years.
Yeah.
But you guys was 4 years plus.
Mine was 4 plus
years.
LDC. Yeah.
So anyway, he told me, make sure by the time you turn 30, you know what you want to do. Like what you want to do. And like at first I thought I was like, I know what I want. But it's like 28 and you realize 30 is approaching and you still don't have your shit together and you're like, that nigga was spitting, you're like,
Do you feel like there are lessons you've also learned like that you're happy you learned in your 20s?
I'm really happy that I had to do my 3-year course in 5 years. I learned the hard way.
The end is what matters.
The end is what matters.
What matters.
I'm lucky that I tried to do so many things at one time: campus politics, rugby. I was also dating seriously. And I'm lucky that
Alpha.
Yeah, but I'm glad that I also did that. And then later on, fast forward to 26, I tried to get to the UK. I failed to get the visa for my master's in finance and banking. And then again, continue. And then I get this comfortable job where kind of the money is not like enough, because the money will never be enough. That's another lesson I've decided to sit with.
True.
But the job is comfortable. I'm able to do this after work. I'm able to go and host quiz nights around Kampala, wherever I want.
You're able to MC on weekends.
On weekends, I'm able to do my weddings. I can take a girl out as well. And then, I sit back and think, am I settling for less? Maybe that's what I will never know. That's the only issue now in my mind. Am I maybe settling for less?
Actually,
am I going to be chasing waterfalls?
The only way you can know you're settling for less is if you actually pursue more. Because you can't know, like this guy said in his joke all that, the only thing worse than death is what regret or something like that. So it's better to try something out, works or not, than regretting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, but the question about age is, at 30 you should be knowing what you want to do. I think I agree with your uncle's line of thought.
Yeah.
Now that I know what I want,
Okay, I think.
do I continue chasing waterfalls, or I become a little bit?
Actually, of course, now
I now pursue this line, but maybe like on a
if you decide
rigorously
you
or
know what you want
vigorously.
to
Yeah.
do, that means you now put more emphasis there. Like now, how did you realize that this is what?
This is what you want.
to do?
That's a path I
And
take.
then
Yeah.
you say, now I'm going to do my master's in this, and continue
But
along
but
that
but
path.
but my opinion, and maybe also advice, is that life is not linear. Like to say that this is how it's going to be, and okay, I've now made up my mind as I say, oh, this is what I want to do. Yes, it's okay. You can make a decision and say this is what I want to pursue, but it can't be all about that. Okay, and funnily enough, that's actually what made me do the mixtape. Because I just felt like, you know what, I've always loved doing this. But I've never really got the chance to, and maybe I'm scared of judgment, maybe I'm scared of one or two things, but why should I be?
Yeah.
Okay, and actually these are lessons probably I learned towards the end of my 20s. I learned that I can do what I want to handle, what I am in control of. There are things which are not within my control.
That's true.
I can set out my goals and I will go towards them, but I can't say that I will determine how they will end up. I'll do my best to make sure that I achieve them, and that's just a fact. But I also realize that in this life, we really it's cliche.
no manual.
It's cliche,
There's no
but you guys
manual.
no manual, and we live once. We live once. Try and do as many things that make you happy as possible. Like you'll be there and you'll ask yourself, why should I go for this? And then you realize that, you know what, this actually makes me happy.
Okay, let me ask. But do you think happiness is like a realistic goal?
Constant happiness is
having a
unrealistic.
conversation with Karen on Twitter the other day, and I was like, happiness maybe is not should not be. It's okay, in my opinion. It's not like a realistic. Okay, it can be a goal, but not like among like the top.
No. I don't think.
It's
I
not
actually
the top
think
five, really.
happiness. Happiness is a state of being at one particular time. It can change at any moment. Like you don't have to be happy constantly. Like, and that's just like you might want to be, but you don't have to be. Like at some point you may just have to sleep, and you'll wake up maybe even happier than you went to sleep. Like
full of a whole bunch of situations.
yes,
That's true.
You can be happy today, tomorrow you're sad, the next
exactly.
day you're hungry, the next
That's
day
what I'm saying.
you're
It's more of a current state of being. Like I will be happy right now, and that's okay. I might be pissed when I leave here, and that's okay. Like it will happen, but at the end of the day, my whole goal in life is to try and put myself in positions whereby I have more happy moments than sad moments, because I enjoy more in the happy moments. Okay, I think everyone does.
I think in my opinion, okay.
Yes.
Beyond happiness, things like satisfaction, things like contentment,
Yeah.
things like that. Like say you pursue a certain one of your goals,
Yeah.
and you're satisfied with what you've achieved.
Yes.
I think that is a better feeling than
Yeah, and it's also a better metric
than
for
just
yourself to
happiness.
determine where you are in life. My 20s, like I said, they taught me a lot, and I think that's also something they taught me. And I'm not speaking as any genius. I'm not speaking as someone who has experienced wild life and everything. Just speaking from my own experience and how happy I am to be where I am right now. Because there are points whereby, look at us. You graduate, but not everyone is going to get the same job. Not everyone is going to get the same opportunities. Not everyone is going to graduate at the same time. And then you're going to find all your let's say like my legal friends are succeeding. Everyone has the best job. This guy is in newspapers doing all these great things and all that. And this guy bought a new car yesterday and he bought a new car today. And you're like, hey, boss, I use that. You mean I use that new border today? I use that new border tomorrow. And I'm like, please. So yeah, like at the end of the day, we kill ourselves because we are always in comparison. And we're just saying, now Mark has this, Tesma has this, man Seth is doing all these great things and all that. And then you forget to actually say, you know what, let me appreciate where I am right now and let me stop competing against other people. Let me improve myself.
Is compare yourself against you.
Yes. The older self. Just the goal is to keep on improving yourself, and not to keep on saying, "Oh, what did this guy do? Oh, what did that guy do?" I stopped comparing myself, and actually, when I did that, personally, I found so much peace. Like I will sit on my judge like this. We'll go. It will be okay because at the end of the day, I'm not really comparing myself to anybody. I'm working towards what I want to achieve, and it will take time. It gets me closer to where I want to go. Yeah. So that's my only advice, like for people maybe, and these are the wisdom of the 30s.
Any last words? Seth, any last words?
I just want to wish Ortega Daniel well. He was there's a lot we've shared since high school, much as I wasn't in high school with him, but
yeah, definitely. We interacted.
And this guy always go for choir search. They go for choir search.
Hey,
for the choir search was very. We used to have that
with bingos.
That tournament exchange.
Ours was with binguli.
Yeah. Yeah, but I want to wish Daniel well. I hope we will still chat. I hope you're back on social media. Or even email now can work. Now you have unlimited internet. It will never be switched off during elections. Or during any riots.
Right. It's not a privilege.
You're in democracy now. You've always prayed for this thing. Yeah, but I really wish you the best. I really hope you can get a chance to watch Liverpool in Anfield live once or twice. I know the cheapest tickets are the ones that are away to like Stoke City or Newcastle.
We will go.
Which city are you going to be in?
In Oxford. Yes. So, we'll find out from there. But me, I'm watching Liverpool. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, that's it.
Yeah, I wish you well, and I also pray for the family you've left here to all the best.
Thanks, bro. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
How about you, Sam?
Me.
Good man. Yeah.
It's the last words. I don't know where to start.
You may get emotional.
I'll cry. Anyway, it's nice to have you here, Danny. One last time before you get out. Of course, like we say, we're going to make sure we have you on again. I mean, we're just separated by technology. The world is a global village.
Yeah, definitely.
So we shall make that work. Study hard.
Sure.
Don't over vibe.
I don't have vibe.
Don't go and study is and was. Don't come back on the switch. Your graduation speech here and you're speaking is and was. I really expect a solid Prince of Cornwall accent.
There's a story. A cousin of mine told on my graduation actually, and he was like, this chick. Okay, I told it in youngs, but this lady sent her daughter to school. So to university, the chick went. She played, and she got pregnant, and she dropped out, and a lot of all that. So the chick came back home with a baby. So the mother of the grandmother now of the baby named the kid Degree. I was like, I said my kid up for you. This was she had brought back. So I was like, I want to call this kid up Degree. So basically, I don't know. I don't even know why I brought in that story, but
that I should not bring home a degree, a physical degree, a breathing degree.
It's a conversation I had with him. You know how white women like this skin complexion. I don't know why, and this mob hair. So he's the odds are in his favor. Honestly, I don't think it's. He was nyege with me.
Anyway, I hope the course helps us to when they say of course right now we have shitty leadership in this country.
Yeah, very.
And one of the should I say roles or one of the duties we have as our generation is to make sure that we prepare ourselves for when we don't go political. But for when we have to really rebuild our country.
Yeah, definitely.
So the friend of mine who I keep talking with, and we always talking value addition. Every day you wake up, what value are you adding to yourself?
Yeah.
True. Say, every day, have something you're doing that is adding value to you. Try at least at all times.
Yeah.
So, of course, personal benefit. But also, like I say, like for the, we should have to rebuild
The
our
country in general, yeah, true.
Yeah, we should have to rebuild our country when the time
When the
comes.
time comes.
And
If it's not us, then who?
anything that if it's not us, then who? Anything that takes us closer to that, then
We appreciate that.
So I really hope that will come through. Good luck.
Thanks, mate. I'd like to appreciate this opportunity. I'd like to appreciate this opportunity to speak here today. And anyway, guys, man.
So we're a bottle of water.
A bottle of water.
The lads.
And the lads I'm gonna meet over there. Do you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, guys.
I wish you were black.
Oh, thanks, bruv. Say, thanks, cuz. Thanks, bruv. Bollocks. It's what somebody told me some face. Said, oh, that is beans. I said, beans. I said, beans, but Fed, will you have a... He was abusing my lunch. Some guys using my lunch. Anyway. So, like, guys, thanks for having me. I appreciate it, as usual. It's always fun to be with you guys. Let's make sure to do that a few months from now. Have that talk again. My pleas for guys to make the applications. Try, just keep trying. One thing that helped me is persistence, and never give up because one door has closed. It sounds so cliche. It sounds sad. It's very hard to tell someone who is going through things, but many times rejection is actually redirection, and that's just the truth of things. So if you find the strength in that, you'll actually redirect yourself to even something better. So I'm urging those to keep trying, never know, things will actually work out. Just keep on improving yourself in the meantime, keep on getting better at the smaller things that matter: communication skills, networking, getting more experience at the work that you're doing. At the end of the day, things really pan out where you want them to. So just keep on pushing, keep on pursuing your goals, and drop a mixtape here and there. And do things that make you happy. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. So if Nyege Nyege makes me happy, we blasted.
You're blasted.
I blasted.
Peace.
For you blasted because you're going. As we are still around. You enjoy this life of Kampala.
Yeah.
All right,
guys.
thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
This is what we came for.